Okay, got another frame review here from iFlight. This is their new Archer X5 V2 frame. As you know, a while back I did the version 1 of this frame. I think they've just made a few minor changes in this. Obviously, I think they also went to a different carbon that's a little bit stronger, I've heard, on this one as well. But I think it's going to be pretty much the same as the version 1, just a few modifications. But we'll go ahead, take everything out, build it, and see what the differences are. Okay, so got all the parts out of here, out of the bag, and there's a lot of screws and nuts and everything, of course. Explosion diagram, and I can already see what the difference here is between the first version and the second version. These press fit nuts are already pre-installed into the carbon, as you can see there. The other version, that was not the case, which is nice. It'll save a little bit of time in building it. And I think the sandwich pieces are a little bit different in shape, it looks like, from what I can remember. The arms are still 5mm thick, and can't really tell if there's that much difference in the carbon. You guys can tell me. Looks about the same. Obviously very minimalistic design here. Extremely stiff. It'll be very hard to break 5mm arms. And then here's the explosion diagram. See how it's put together. Pretty simple. You got your individual arms, sandwich plates here, and the sandwich plates are 3mm thick. 2mm thick little teeny weeny top plate there. Looks like you get 4 standoffs and long screws to the bottom. Like there's basically 2 screws holding each arm on the body, and you get a list of all the different screw sizes, and the numbers are included. So all M3 screws, 6mm, 8mm, 12, and 16mm for each. Some nylon spacers and 4 standoffs. So I would say that I would categorize this as probably an ultralight frame, but put this together and see how much it weighs, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here it is all put together, and it's pretty much the same as the version 1, but I can tell you what the differences are now that I have it next to the version 1. This is the version 1 that I built, and I subsequently took apart and used a stack of something else recently. These sandwich plates are much thinner on the version 1 here. Probably this is what broke in crashes, and they beefed that up here in the version 2. So I think they were probably 1.5mm, 2mm on the version 1. Now they're 3mm here on the version 2. So yeah, that's gonna definitely keep these arms in place. Probably what happened here is, these very thick 5mm arms. A lot of stress is going to be on these little thin plates here. That's probably what broke, and that's the main difference, I think, in between the two frames. The layout and the shape, everything seems to be pretty much the same. Even the arms are pretty similar. Yeah, so I think this one's going to be a little bit heavier, obviously with the thicker sandwich plates here, but I think this is going to be a lot more sturdy as well. So let's see how much this thing weighs. And it's coming in at about just a little over 78 grams. So beyond that, I'm not really sure what's a whole lot different. Still have the 20x20 stack holes if you want to mount a 20x20 stack, but obviously it's designed to also work with a 30x30. Camera cage area is the same as for the 19mm micro cameras. So yeah, I mean, obviously the version 1 that I have the turtle mode fin on top of their 3D part, and also the arm bumpers. Those look like those can transfer over, so I'll probably use this frame with something in the future. I'm not sure what. Just transfer over the 3D printed parts from the old frame. So yeah, pretty nice racing frame if you're into the Stretch Decks kind of ultralight 5-inch racers. This will be a pretty good frame. Very skinny arms. It should cut through there really nice. When I was flying around this one here, even on these Emax 2206 motors, it was pretty damn fast because it was pretty light with a 20x20 stack inside there. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.